Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So as we all know that we are having the discussion of the answer copies of our series जो मेरा प्रोग्राम था एम फॉर एग्रीकल्चर दैट इज ऑनगोइंग प्रोग्राम एम फॉर एग्रीकल्चर. So we discuss the copies of this program only, how students have approached the question, and this was the copy of the first full test. First full test, that is it was proper 250 marker copy in which all the five questions have been asked, and although it was first full test all, but it was based on three sections only. The questions were asked from three sections only. There are six sectional full test in the starting, then we will have complete full test. So this was the first sectional full test comprising the sections of ecology, cell biology and forestry. So these are where the sections that were asked in this full test. So we will see how the students have written the question, and you can also pause the video and you can also read the answers so that you also get an idea to how to approach these questions. And the student has written very well answers. That is why I am discussing this copy in the video. So let's see how the student has approached this answer copy. So the first question was the differentiation between modern agriculture and sustainable agriculture. An easy question. I think most of you would have been able to approach this answer. So you can see AC has written very nice answer. You can pause and read the answer. You can see in modern agriculture, the table has been defined as technology, farming practices, synthetic chemicals. Whereas in the sustainable agriculture, you can see environment, health, social equity, economic profitability have been defined. Although economic profitability is the one of the part of modern agriculture also, but here the way we are approaching it is different, and in sustainable agriculture the way we are approaching is different. Okay, so this is the answer. This is how we can approach. So inputs and technique, you can see here huge amount of chemical fertilizer, pesticides are used, but here organic fertilizers, which sustainable fertilizers are used. You can pause the video and read the answer. Very nice. The example of green revolution has been given in modern agriculture because we have used HYV varieties of rice and wheat. We have used fertilizers. We have used the increased irrigation. But in sustainable agriculture, you can see the example of Sikkim has been given. Okay, and how it has become organic state because we need good soil health. Here we need good biodiversity in sustainable agriculture. The very well written, good use of examples, and appropriately concluded. So you can see this was the first answer, and you can pause the video also to read the answers so that you can have a fair bit of knowledge about the answer. The second question was the major threats to agroecosystem. So what are the major threats, you can see, and he has made a table also defining a biotic component and biotic component. It would be better if just a line have been written that what are biotic and abiotic components, that is living and non-living components. So that can be added, biotic that is living components and abiotic that is non-living components. But it is fair, it is good answer. Now what are the major threats? First one is soil degradation. It is well explained. Example of Punjab has been given, very nicely written. Water scarcity, again examples have been given. So nicely written. Pest and disease outbreak, we can see I have put the analysis here also, that good use of example. When while evaluation I found that the examples written are very well. So that is how you can approach. Climate change another problem, biodiversity loss is another problem. So you can pause the video, you can see the answers. Next was the Tongia system. So we all know that Tongia is an agroforestry system. Okay, so you can pause the video and read the answers. Characteristics have been given, that is combination of forestry and agriculture, temporary use until tree is mature. Okay, mutual benefit. So nicely written points, and this is very good. Use of case studies, use of Kerala and West Bengal. I found it very good because not many students use case studies in their answers, especially in papers of agriculture optional, but they can be used, and the student has very nicely used it. what are its advantages, what are its challenges. So well written, crisp and concise points. So you can pause the video and read the points. The next question was, briefly discuss about any 5 trees species. You can highlight here tree species which you would recommend farmers for agroforestry practices. So first one, the student has written neem. So whenever you write these tree species, you should add the scientific name so that you can enhance your answers. For neem, you can write here Agaricta indica. Also for teak, you can write here Tectona grandis also. So these things can be done. But overall, well written answer. And here, see, I have mentioned here that the question was asking about tree species, and bamboo is not a tree. So please be particular in your answers. Don't do these types of mistakes, because you can see here I have awarded 4.5 because of this one major mistake only. Okay, if if the student has avoided it, he should have easily got 1.5 or 2 marks extra. So please avoid this. This is a blunder. Okay, you have to use tree species only if the tree species have been asked in the question. There are many tree species. You can have used popular, you can have used eucalyptus, you can have used some other sal, you can have used acacia. Though there are many tree species which can be nicely used in agroforestry. So please be particular. So you can pause the video and read the answers if you want to see. Next was again a easy question, that is as it was the first full test, so I tried to be not to be so tough on students. The questions were particularly easy and they all have written very well answers. The answers written by them are well nice. So you can read these answers. So very nicely, whenever these types of questions come where we have to explain a structure or something, please do particular make a diagram. It will just enhance your answer, and missing this diagram, if you don't make a diagram, it will simply ruin your answer. You will simply lose 2 to 3 marks. So you always make diagram, very well explained. All the parts, all the cell organelles have been explained. So that is what are the question required and very well approached. So you can pause the video and read the answers. Now the next question was various phases of cell cycle. So you can see very nicely again diagrammatic view. All the phases have been explained. That is interphase. We all know that interphase is divided into 3 phases. That is G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. Very nicely explained. Then M phase has been explained. That is mitosis, and then cytokinesis. In mitosis, the student has explained all the phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Nicely written. And then cytokinesis. So very well written answer. And in conclusion, just a single line conclusion was that the cell is critical for growth, development, and repair plants. It is okay, fair, but it can be improved. Okay, because there are huge amount of conclusions that can be added in cell cycle. So you should try to improve one conclusion also. If you can add some good conclusions. Next question was about mutation. What do you understand by mutation and applications? So you all know that mutation is the sudden genetic change which leads to variations. Okay, and who make these genetic change? So these are the mutagens. So well written. And the practical applications has been written, that is development of disease resistance. And again, you can see that varieties have been mentioned. If you mention in these details, you will get good marks. Okay, we can say improvement of field everywhere. We can see good use of varieties. So very nicely written. Enhancement of nutritional quality, development of climate resilience. All the points have been well written. You can pause and read this. Disease and pest resistance, development of new crop varieties, and everywhere you can see in the examples varieties have been mentioned. So this enhanced the answer. Okay. And the next question was, discuss the applications of remote sensing in agriculture. A very easy question, have been asked several times previously, so you should be knowing it. So what are its application? You can see in intro, the student has defined remote sensing in simple terms. So nice intro. And then applications have been used, that has monitoring, crop health monitoring, yield prediction, and again you can see good use of examples. Okay. So whenever you use these types of good examples, the answers suddenly get enhanced. You can see good marks also 5.5. Whenever you are getting more than 50% marks in your answer, that is you have written good answers. Drought assessment, precision farming. So overall good point. Okay, you can pause the video and read the answers if you want. Because it was, if I get to explain all the answers, the video will become very long. That is why I am little bit quick, just giving you an idea of questions and how you can approach. So you can pause the video and read the answers if you want to read, because the answers are very well written. Now again, what do you understand by social forestry? We all know what social forestry is. The second part of the question is benefits and weakness. So a well written points about social forestry, and JFM is also mentioned here. Okay, it's a good intro. Then about social forestry benefits, environmental benefits, we have biodiversity conservation, soil conservation. So these are all environmental benefits, social benefits. So the structure of question, dividing the benefits into environmental, social benefits is very well done. Okay, so well written answer. You can pause the video and read the answer. You can see the economic benefits. Then weakness have been also mentioned, and with good use of example. Okay, and whenever you use these types of examples, just your answers get enhanced. So you can pause the video and read the answer if you want. The next question was, what is afforestation and deforestation? We all know the major difference. Whenever we we plant the forest species in a new area, then it is afforestation, where no previous tree cover was there. And whenever we plant a species to an area where there was tree cover in previous times, but it has been destroyed. Okay, when forest cover has been depleted or destroyed, अगर वहाँ पे आप लगाते हो तो then it is reforestation. And whenever you plant in a new area or a new land, that is where there was no tree cover previously, then it is afforestation. It is a very critical point. This is the only difference. Okay, so you should be, another difference are very similar. So this is the only major difference you should be knowing, and the students have highlighted it very well. So very good again. And its role in mitigating environmental pollution. We all know that carbon sequestration, air quality improvement. So these are simple points, but very well written. Use of examples. So you can pause the video and see the points if you want. Now we'll move to the next question. Okay, let's just finish first this. The next question is, cell is the structure and functional unit of life. Elucidate. So okay, we all know why cell is a structural and functional unit of life, and again we'll explain that it is structural aspects and functional aspects. Both have been explained, and very long few students can do this. Most of the times we just write in one single point, but very well structured again. That is why the student has got a very good marks, that is 6.5, and that is a very good marks in a 10 marker question. Whenever you are getting more than 60%, it is that is you have written very well. There is no scope of improvement now, for further. The structural aspects, basic unit of structure, diverse morphology, cell components, cell types, everything has been well written. And functional new aspects, metabolism, growth and development, homeostasis, and everything has been explained in short, crisp answer and very well explained. Next question was, evolution in studies of cell biology has improved our understanding of life. Elucidate. Again, a simple question, can be approached anyway, but the problem of these types of question is that you can't score that much more. Okay, so but it's still good written. Answer is well written. You can pause and read the answers. Now the next question was, sex influenced and sex limited characters. Again, an easy question. We all know what sex influenced and sex limited characters are, and good use of examples also, that presence of thorns. You can pause the video and read the answers. Sex limited, in sex limited, the examples are used such as of kiwi fruit. Okay, so these very good, well written. And the next question is, discuss the impacts of climate change on Indian agriculture. We all know that Indian agriculture is highly dependent on climate, and change in climate will highly impact us. So, such as temperature increases, which decrease the yields. For example, nicely written an example, changing rainfall pattern, increased pest and disease. So these are all the problems which we can encounter due to the change in climate change, and very well written. And use of examples, again I will highlight, not most of the students wrote these points, but only few can use examples, and whenever you use these types of examples, it just enhances your answers. So very well written. The next question was, role of forestry in carbon sequestration. So again a well written answer. Okay, is carbon storage in biomass, soil carbon sequestration, afforestation and deforestation. So every aspect is well covered. Sustainable for and sustainable forest management. So you can read the answers. Again, well written answer. Next question was, how can forest products can help tribal farmers in sustaining income. So very, I think the question is also very good. So you should also try to write these types of very good answers, and the answer is very well written. You must pause and read this answer. I have read this answer and I find this answer very good. Okay. NFTP is good example, again medicinal plants, use of tulsi and amla. So very good examples and very good points too. Ecotourism, most of the students miss this point, but these students have nicely written the point of ecotourism. So very nicely written. You can pause the video and write the answers. Define self-incompatibility and discuss the importance of plant breeding. So there are two terms. One is self-incompatibility and another is male sterility. So what happens? In male sterility, pollen grains are not produced. Okay, the pollen grains are not produced only in that amount so that that can be helpful. In a self-incompatibility, the pollen grains are produced but they are incapable. Okay, or you can say non-functional. Non-functional pollens. So this is the major difference. Here the pollen grains are not produced enough, and here they are produced in good numbers, but they are non-functional. So this is the major difference. Then there is basic difference you should know. And these are the importance: promotes genetic diversity, improves crop yield, facilitates breeding program. Nicely written answer. You can pause the video and see read the points. Sorry. And now let's move to the next question. That is, why do we need to conserve forest flora and fauna? And how can you do it? Again, a simple question. Anyone can approach this, because forests are very helpful in biodiversity preservation, ecosystem service. Again, see good example, good use of examples. Here you can also Sundarban mangrove support fisheries, and mangroves also reduce the effects of tsunamis and other things, and other oceanic based uh, uh, oceanic based disasters, climate regulation, livelihood support. So these are the good points. You can pause the video and see the points. You can read the answers in well written, good examples. And how can we do it? Again, legislation and rules, policy, sustainable practices, afforestation, deforestation. So well written. A very good written answer. And the last question, that is 5C, was discuss some of India's efforts towards environmental problem at international level. Again, a not that difficult question, an easy question, and it could be nicely written, and the student has also nicely written, participating in global climate agreements, such as Paris Agreement. So you can pause the video, International Solar Alliance, biodiversity conservation, CBD signatory. So these are common and easy points and well written. Most of the times, many of you know the answers, know the points, but presenting it in a good structure in the answer copies becomes difficult. But the way student has presented in the answer copy is very very nice, very tremendous, and very remarkable representation. That is why this copy I am showing to you, and very well written. So that was the copy. This was the first major test copy, that is first sectional major test copy, and I hope you could read the answers. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you. And I will also send the PDF of this copy. If you want the PDF of this copy, please do join our Telegram group. I will share this PDF. I will not. It is not possible to share the daily answer copies PDF, but I will try to share the one or two copies of the full tests copies. Okay, so that you can read them in the Telegram group also. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.